Hey everybody, welcome to Disney Bet. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room being the new rules for Disney bus transportation, what they are and what they're not. Hey, we've all been on social media and seen where they're talking about, hey, they're stopping all the resort hopping and stuff. Well, guess what? That's not exactly true. What you can't do is you can no longer go to a Disney Springs parking lot and parking garages and walk to a Disney resort bus to there take a monorail or a resort bus to a park. Now, is this a good or a bad thing? Well, Disney's intentions were never for people to get a free ride, but people saw the loophole and took advantage of it. And now you have all this controversy that's came up. Really, what happens is the resort buses are actually paid for by the resort guest. That's part of their fees for the hotel. Is the gas for the buses and the maintenance of the buses. So when you park at Disney Springs and you drive on a park bus to a resort and then to a park, you're taking advantage of the system and you're getting a free ride. Now, what's not changing? So the good thing is if you are a Disney guest on the resort, you can still take any resort bus you want to. It's not like they have their check-in vans or tickets or hotel reservations at every single bus stop. They're checking it before you walk into the bus area. So, with that being said, that won't stop you from actually going to a different resort and eating at it, shopping at it, or just going to look around and look at some decorations. This right here is for bus transportation control, population on those buses because they're getting too full, and resort guests are missing buses because they're too full. If I walk to a bus stop and I want to go back to where I'm staying, Old Key West, and there's a bunch of people on there that don't belong, and it's full, and I have to wait, I'm going to be pretty upset because I want to go back to where I'm trying to get back to without having to get kicked to the next bus. So this is not going to affect annual pass holders because pass holders can actually park for free. What this is going to do is going to affect mostly the Florida residents that are coming for a day or just people coming in for a day that knew they can park at Disney Springs, walk over to the bus stop, take a resort bus to a resort, then from there either take a monorail, the Skyliner, another resort bus, or any of the friendship boats and actually get to the park. That's what this is changing. Nothing more, nothing less. So in order to get on a bus from Desert Springs, you need one of the following: a resort reservation, a dining reservation, a spa reservation, or a recreation reservation. If you have one of those, you can still take the bus to whatever hotel or resort that reservation is at. Nothing's going to stop you. They're just stopping the freeloaders. So as of right now, you can still ride the Skyliner. You can still ride the monorail. You can still visit the Polynesian. You can still visit the Grand Floridian. You can still visit Boardwalk and all the friendship boat hotels. The only thing that's changed right now is your ability to jump on a resort bus and get to a park if you're not staying on the Disney resort. If you're staying on the Disney resort inside the Disney bubble, nothing has changed. You can still do everything that you need to do. All the same rules still apply. You still need a dining reservation to go to a different resort for to pull up there and park for yourself. You can't just ride out there and park and fill up their parking lot. But you still can use Disney transportation to get there. You don't have to drive. That part hasn't changed. Now, since we are a veteran channel, this goes out to my military families. If you're staying at Shades of Green, the Swan, or any of the Disney Spring hotels, this could change how you do business a little bit. So, if you're worried about the transportation and you're worried about paying for parking, then maybe you have to balance it out and see if staying at one of the Disney resort hotels would be better. Now, I do know Shades of Green does have their own transportation. It may not be the best, and you may have to wait a little bit longer, but it is still there. Although Disney has ever came out and flat out said it, is this about parking? Probably. Disney's losing money if people are parking for free at Disney Springs and getting a free ride. We all seen what the ticket prices have done. We've all seen what the Lightning Lane prices have done. Disney's about money. If they see money hemorrhaging somewhere, they're going to change their policies in order to fix that hemorrhage. Here's the bigger trend. Look at everything that Disney has changed recently. The Gingerbread House and the Grand Floridian is gone. They've added more mobile ordering. They're doing more lobby renovations. You have these bus restrictions. You have all the virtual queues in the past years. This is all pointing to one thing, in my opinion, and that is managing crowds more efficiently. They're just trying to keep people on the move and not let people gather. That's what I think. It's all about efficiency. Disney's always been about efficiency and money. Money and efficiency. Cash and flow. So in the end, who is all affected by this? Well, let's look at it. Some annual pass holders, if they don't want to park for free. You have the one-day trippers. Some Florida residents that don't have annual pass holders that just want to jump in, jump out. Some content creators, because they're usually local and they're just trying to get some content. Any Disney veteran that's experienced knows the loopholes. This is going to affect them. Who's to say, 6 months from now, there may not be a new loophole that Disney didn't realize. It's also going to affect people who knew all the hidden tricks of Disney. Now, on the other hand, a family visiting for the first time to Pop Century is not going to know anything different. So, my recommendation would be to stay in the Disney bubble. That way, you don't have to worry about any of this. So, in the end, Disney did not end resort hopping. All they did was made it stricter to do it from Disney Springs. If you know the rules, you know how the system works, you can still enjoy every single resort you want to. Now, the question you may be asking yourself, did Disney get it right? Is this something that's too much? Well, I don't think so. But go ahead and leave a comment down there and let me know. And while you're at it, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.